Howdy High Tides, I'm Jed Hoffman of Beach Film News, and welcome to the first Beach Film News episode of 2022. It's been a little while, but we're finally back. Our last episode was 140 days ago on October 4th, 2021. A lot has happened since then, like me shaving my head, which obviously was not my greatest idea. Let's take a peek at what else has happened in that time.
Tell me how you want to roll. I want somebody to speed it up for me, then take it down slow. There's enough room for both. Well, I can handle that. You just gotta show me where it's at. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Come on. If you want it, you already got it. If you thought it better be what you want. If you feel it, it must be real. Just say the word and I'ma give you what you want. Time is waiting. We only got 4 minutes to say the word. No hesitating. Grab a boy, grab a girl. Time is waiting. We only got 4 minutes to say the word. No hesitating. We only got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So keep it up, don't be a break. Hey, Madonna, you gotta get in my hop. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. That's right, keep it up, don't be a break. Hey, Madonna, you gotta get in my hop. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Sometimes I think what I need is a you intervention. Yeah. And I know I can tell that you like it, and that is good by the way that you move. Oh, hey. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah. But if I die tonight, at least I can say I did what I wanted to do. Tell me, how about you?
It really has been a while. The last time we made a Beach Film News episode was a month away from Halloween, and now it's almost Valentine's Day. Speaking of Valentine's Day, do you have a loved one? What are you planning on doing with your loved one? We asked some teachers who their first love was.
Okay, who was your first love? My first love was a boy named Carlos Cohen, and I was 13, and he also became my first husband.
My first love's name was Celine, and I still remember having dreams about asking Celine to the prom.
I'm not telling you that. What if you know him?
Well, I'm married to her, which, I said my answer would be kind of boring, but we did meet in high school, actually.
My first love was my ex-wife.
So my first love was somebody called Dave Crutchley. He was 17 and I was 14, but I told him I was 16 because I didn't think he would be interested in me if he knew I was 14.
My first love was a high school sweetheart. Her name was Sam. She was beautiful.
My first love was my husband.
And why did you fall in love with him?
That just kind of happened organically. My grandfather had gone through a health scare, and literally like a month into our relationship, my dad went through the same thing, so she kind of guided me through that. It just kind of took off from there.
I have no idea. It was just a feeling, and I liked him. And at the Sunday school camp, we used to go on these long rambles with lots of other campers, and he always walked next to me, and well, he held my hand.
I actually found him really annoying, and then I kind of couldn't get rid of him because he would follow me around and call me all the time, and we ended up hanging out with the same groups of friends. The more I got to really open up and know him, I found him less and less annoying, and I found him more and more endearing.
It was unconditional. She loved me, I loved her. She would let me ride her around like a horse or be my pillow to watch movies. First person to have my back besides my mom.
Oh, everything about him was perfect, I thought, and he kissed well.
Do you ever reminisce on that sort of love, for better or for worse?
I think so. I think when you're young, you don't realize what kind of love you have. So you think back, and it's often in hindsight that you realize what you had, how deep the love was, or what type of love you might have been experiencing at a certain time. So it helps you appreciate what you have in that moment.
Love is one of those things where it's better when it like develops and evolves over time, you know. But yeah, we reminisce back to like the puppy love days too.
I do. He passed away when I was 19 and he was 22. We had just gotten married. We didn't have a chance to get past that wonderful honeymoon phase.
As life moves on, you run into new loves and new ways to be able to define life, and we're not defined by the first thing that happens, but a continuing idea of representing love in our life.
I try to not go down memory lane too often, but when I do, it's usually for better.
Okay.
Sometimes for worse, sometimes for better.
There was a jukebox, and I remember that he played a song for me called Because by the Dave Clark Five. And I remember one verse from the lyrics, which was, just give me one kiss and I'll be happy, just to be near you when I do. Give me the chance to be near you, because I love you. That is something I've never forgotten. And I haven't thought about David Crutchley for years until you asked me about my first love.
I did 7 out of 8 years of dating long distance. And I reminisce a lot on the fact that we have grown closer and stronger as a couple because it encouraged us to communicate.
Reminisce? No. I have a beautiful wife and family now, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
And how has that gone on to transform the way you envision love today?
Oh wow. Well, I don't know, some people say that love is work. I really don't think so. I think life is the challenge, and you know, love is something that kind of helps you through it.
Love isn't easy. It's really complicated and it's really challenging.
I don't know if it's transformed anything because I think love's very complicated. Love that probably I felt for him when I was 14 would not be the love that I feel for probably people now.
When you're younger, it's a need, it's a want, it's almost like a physical yearning for that other person. At this point of my life, I'm looking for the happily ever after and forever.
I thought that the world would end if I didn't end up, staying with that girl, and that was a hard time in my life. You know, sometimes what you wish for is not what is destined for you.
But my first love has really helped me define that I need my love to be with independent people who are coming together of their own volition, and that it can't be something that someone needs to love to be able to control them.
What's your ultimate love song?
Here and Now, Luther Vandross.
Three Dog Night, old-fashioned love song. It's just an old-fashioned love song playing on the radio.
Something Sappy by Celine Dion.
I guess I'll have to pick my wedding song. It is Have I Told You Lately That I Love You.
Tougher Than the Rest. It's a Bruce Springsteen song.
Blake Shelton's Honeybee. And there's another one that's called Hard to Love. I think that kind of explains it even deeper. So it's easy to love when things are good. When times are hard, you really see what kind of love you have.
Love is always in the air. Love doesn't have to be a person or a thing. It can be whatever. Some people love their school, but for others, that time is coming to an end. As we reach the end of the school year, it's time for our seniors to say goodbye.
I am Jonathan Taman. One of my main hobbies is that I enjoy editing videos and putting clips together and making something that looks cool. I like making short documentaries about who I consider to be Holocaust heroes, and I think like highlighting these good people who saved lives during the Holocaust. I've been inspired by a lot of the stories that I've learned about, and I hope that other people are as well. It's shown me that like even in dark times or during horrible events, there's still even little things that you can do to be like have an amazing impact for somebody else. My career aspiration is in urban planning and policy, so I hope that I can start a career there and be able to make small local change that can have a great impact for people living in communities, and I can be able to develop our communities better. I hope that I can live in a future where people are more kind to each other and learn to speak up when something wrong or when injustice happens. And I hope that bystanders can be a thing of the past. That's a very good question. I believe my favorite part about Beach High is how much diversity we have. And so I feel like there's always a group of students who you're always able to connect with in some way. There's a group for everybody, and there's always a place where you can belong and work together on things. And I know that I've benefited with the groups that I've been a part of, whether it's in 3D printing or in beach film news. I'm always able to work with other people and make connections, and I enjoy that. I don't take EP calculus. Yeah. My advice for a freshman year me would just be to figure out what you enjoy doing and make sure that you're only taking classes or you're only participating in things that you truly care about. Because at the end of the day, like whatever's best for college is not going to be what's best for you. You need to find what you truly enjoy doing. Follow that path.
Well, that's the end of our first episode back. It's been a rough couple years, but we're starting to go in the right direction. I hope you have a great week and a great month. And with Beach Film News, I've been Jed Hoffman. You've been you. Goodbye. Soldier boy, I've been it. Why me crack it, why me run?